Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we start with a fresh chapter, chapter number 12, Tourism. I am very sure everyone must be very much bored, very much tired of staying at home during this lockdown time. Now it's high time that we go for a vacation. Of course, taking all due precautions. So if you have decided to go for a vacation with your family and you have a holiday of say suppose 3 to 4 days, so you have to return back within these 3 to 4 days. So now students immediately make a list of 15 favorite places in Maharashtra where you would like to visit. After doing this activity, do me another favor, classify these places. Whether these places, see you are set up to go for tour, you have packed your bags. Now the list that you have made, classify in these categories. The place that you have selected, is it near the seashore? Is it a historical place? Is it a national park or a sanctuary, hill station or a religious place? So let us see your answer. Places near the seashore. Now Maharashtra has a long coastline, 720 kilometer long coastline it has. So there are many places which have very beautiful coastline, very beautiful beaches, and let us name some of them. Alibag near Mumbai has a very beautiful coastline. Dahanu Bordi, Ganpatipure has a lovely white sand beach. Divyagar, Dapoli, Tarkarli, Malvan, Guhagar, Vengurla, Srivardhan, Harihareshwar, Murud, Janjira, not to forget our Juhu beach, Gorai beach. Okay, so these are some of the places which are famous for its sea coast, sea beaches. Let us see some of the historical places. The picture that you can see here is the Ellora caves. So Ajanta caves, Ellora caves. Maharashtra is having a big historical background, so there must be many forts in Maharashtra. So if you want to visit those historical place and relive the history, so you can visit Raigad, Pratapgarh, Shaniwarwada, Daulatabad Fort, Sindhudurga Fort. You have Vibika Maqbara also in Aurangabad, Gateway of India, okay, Elephanta Caves. So many historical places worth visiting are there in Maharashtra. If you decide to go to visit national parks and sanctuaries, Tadoba National Park, which is a famous tiger reserve, Dajipur, or Radhanagari National Park Sanctuary, which is in Kolhapur. Gaganwadi, okay, this particular sanctuary in Solapur district is reserved for great Indian bustard. Then Kas Plateau in Satara, Karnala Bird Sanctuary in Panvel, Melghat, Nagzira, Tungareshwar. These are some of the sanctuaries in Maharashtra. If you want to escape from the heat, you will prefer going to hill stations. So hill stations of Maharashtra, Mathiran, Mahabaleshwar, Khandala, Lonavala, Chikhaldhara, Malshej, Bhandardhara, Igatpuri, Gaganbawda, Amboli Ghat, and many more. If you decide to go on to some religious place, this is the place that is shown here is Ambabai Mandir, Kolhapur. Shirdi, you can also visit Shirdi, Pandharpur. Nashik has many temples. Nashik is famous for its temples. Harihareshwar, Ganpatipure, Tuljapur, and many places are there where you can go for your small vacation with your family. Now when you undertake short or long trips, you are going there with certain purpose. Maybe to attend certain festivals. If you are staying away from your family, festivals are the time when you go to spend the time, quality time with your family. So to spend this time, you are undertaking the journey. Okay, it can be a family function. To attend the family function, you have undertaken that small or a short journey or a long journey. Maybe there is a wedding in the family, okay, housewarming party in some of your family members. So when you are undertaking this short or long journey, it can be for festival, for family function, maybe for fairs. Okay, fairs are held once in a year in certain areas, particularly in the remote areas. People from the from that particular village, from the neighboring village, congregate there. Okay, and it's a very colorful sight. People can undertake journeys for sports. Certain important sporting events make people travel. People, sports enthusiasts, are ready to travel, undertake this journey to see this matches live. So people are taking journeys, people are going on tour for the sports events. Also for wandering and trekking. Okay, if you want to spend some time in the wild, you can undertake this long or short journey for wandering and trekking, or maybe just to relax, that is for recreation. Now we need to carry out some preparations before going anywhere, such as, first of all, you have to select the route. Okay, then you have to select the means of transport. You have to take certain essential things with you all. So when we reach the destination, we see to it that we visit the exquisite and spectacular sites, places worth visiting in that area. Now sometimes we stay there. Now when you stay in a place and when you are paying, that means when you pay for the services provided by that resort, hotel, restaurant, lodges, certain facilities are also provided by them. Maybe a swimming pool, sauna bath, maybe you might have a pool table, badminton or squash courts. So you can take the benefit of this services provided by them. Now visiting various places away from home can be for joy, entertainment, staying, etc. And this visit is called as tourism. So visiting various places away from a home for joy, entertainment, trading, staying is called as tourism. Now when you have arranged, when you have decided to go for a trip, okay, away from the home, and you have selected one of your favorite places, one of your favorite destination, then you have to make sure of the route. You have to decide which route you will be taking. Okay, here you have to consider certain factors like duration of the trip, materials that will be required, means of transport, and the available route. Of course, you will be estimating the travel cost per person. Now here is a figure, here is a picture, here is a map of India showing important tourist places. Okay, certain important tourist places. Now these places might be famous as a hill station, or maybe a religious place, or maybe it is a famous place for as a sea coast, or maybe it is a famous national park or a bird sanctuary. Okay, so this map of India, let us see certain places from this particular map. The place that you visit might be having beautiful, pleasant climate, or it might be famous for its natural beauty. The picture that you can see is of Simla, which is a famous hill station in Himachal Pradesh, which is also there in your map. The place might be famous for its exquisite scenery, or it might be famous for its hot springs. The place might be like Panji in Goa. It is famous for its beaches, sea coast, or it might be an historical monument. Here are the famous Ajanta caves in Maharashtra. Or it might be a religious place. Golden Temple is in Amritsar. So in the map you can locate for Amritsar, and this is the Golden Temple, which is a holy place of Sikh. Here is the Jagannath temple, Jagannath Puri temple, which is in Orissa. Here is a famous Khajuraho Mandir in Madhya Pradesh. Or this is a sanctuary, Kaziranga National Park, which is in Assam. Kaziranga is famous for its one-horned rhino. So the place that you have selected can be famous for different reasons. It can be a forest area, it can be having scenic beauty, or so on. Now the tour might be of two types on the basis of the political. Here is one more national park, that is Bharatpur, which is famous for its birds. Migratory birds come here. So Bharatpur Sanctuary. Okay, so we are seeing about the classification of tourism. So on the basis of political boundaries, tourism can be classified as domestic tourism or international and foreign tourism. Now what is domestic tourism? Tourism within the limit of a country is called as domestic tourism. For example, a tourist from, say suppose Gujarat, is visiting Kaziranga in Assam. So you are traveling within the limit of your nation. Or maybe a pilgrim from Maharashtra is going to visit Pandharpur. So can you see, within the state, tourism does also comes under domestic tourism. So tourism within the limit of the country, from one state to another or within the state, is called as domestic tourism. Now we come to international or foreign tourism. Crossing countries' boundaries and visiting some other country for tourism is international tourism. Indian tourist going to America, American tourist visiting India, okay, can be an example of international tourism. On the basis of the aims and on the basis of, now when you are undertaking a foreign tour, international tour, you require certain documents. You require passport, visa, travel insurance and certain other documents. Not to forget about the currency. Now what does a passport means? Passport permits you to enter that country. Passport allow you to enter the other country, and visa allows you to stay in that country. Every country has a different duration for stay. If you are going as a tourist, if you are going on a tourist visa, certain country might have tourist visa limitation can be for 2 months or 3 months or so on. If you are going on student visa, the duration of your course, the duration of your study, okay, your visa will extend only for that much period, or maybe a month or two beyond that. Okay, so every country has its visa limits. Then certain travel documents, travel insurance are required. Currency. The currency which is prevalent in your country is not accepted everywhere in the world. So you have to exchange your country's currency with the currency of the country to which you are visiting. Okay, so on the basis of the aim or the speciality of the destination, tourism can be classified under the following categories: cultural tourism, wildlife tourism, sea tourism, wandering and trekking, adventure sports, health tourism, life below the sea. Now cultural tourism, to understand the culture of that particular area, okay, people are undertaking journeys. For example, during the time of Ganpati festival, people do come to see this procession. So maybe people might be visiting Orissa to see the Rath Yatra of Jagannath Puri. So this is an example of cultural tourism. Students, you must be also knowing about the Varkaris undertake, okay, yatra during the time of Ashadhi Ekadashi and Kartike Ekadashi. So that is also an example of cultural tourism. Now wildlife tourism, visiting Tadoba National Park or visiting Kanha Tiger Reserve can be an example of wildlife tourism. Now to see the animals in their natural surrounding, people might also, Indian tourists might also go to South Africa, maybe Uganda, maybe Tanzania to see these animals which are seen only in that area. Giraffes, zebras, okay, cheetahs can be seen only in those areas. To see these animals in their natural surrounding, people undertake wildlife tourism. Sea tourism. Some countries are having good, long, beautiful coastline, which is not a blessing to all the countries. So people like to visit places having beautiful beaches, clear skies, lovely white sand. So sea tourism can be undertaken for this purpose. People visiting Hawaiian Islands, people visiting Mauritius, Sri Lanka. This tour is for sea tourism. Then we have wandering in the wild, trekking in the wild, okay, being in becoming one with the surrounding, becoming one with the nature. So you are wandering in the wild. So that is wild, wandering in the wild. Then adventure tourism. Many adventure sports are undertaken to attract tourists. Maybe um, it can be ice skiing, it can be paragliding, it can be river rafting, or maybe bungee jumping. Such type of adventure sports are organized, adventure activities are organized to attract the tourist. Medical tourism. The cost of treatment in certain country might attract the patient to visit that country. So the patient might visit a country where the cost of where the cost of medical expenses, where the cost of treatment, the cost of surgery is reasonably less but of the world class. So such a tourism is undertaken for medical reasons. So medical tourism. Also health tourism is also included in this particular category. So in health tourism, maybe for yoga, maybe for natural treatment, like the treatment given in the form of panchakarma. Okay, so maybe weight reduction, maybe sort of meditation. So such type of health tourisms are also arranged, and foreign tourists, international tourists do visit the countries taking benefit of this health tourism. Then life below the sea. Okay, certain countries might have beautiful coral below the sea. Life can be enjoyed, so tourists are attracted for the same.